Isang mapayapang hapon, Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH at sa nanonood sa RH-TV, lalo na sa mga kasamahan nating alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Mga kaibigan, sa darating na Sabado na po, magbubukas ang pamaskong handog sa inyo ng Ballet Manila, ang pagbabalik ng aming fairy tale ballet na Cinderella. Ang opening gala po namin ay gaganapin sa November 24, alas 6 ng gabi sa Aliw Theater. Meron din pong palabas kinabukasan, November 25, alas 3 ng hapon. Para sa second weekend naman, the shows will be at 6 p.m. on Saturday, December 1, and at 3 p.m. on Sunday, December 2. Sana po ay makasama namin kayo, pati na ang inyong buong pamilya, barkada, kaopisina, isama na ninyo ang buong barangay. Huwag ninyong kaligtaan, Ballet Manila's Cinderella opening November 24. Tickets are still available at all Ticket World outlets, online at www.ticketworld.com.ph or through telephone number 891-9999. Samantala, magbalik naman tayo sa ating programa sa hapong ito. Sigurado ako na marami sa atin, mga non-millennial viewers and listeners, ang makaka-relate kapag binanggit to ang mga salitang tulad ng text, holen, garter, jackstone, o di kaya ay piko, tumbang preso, patintero, at iba't iba pa. Ito ang ilan sa mga laro na kinalakihan natin bilang mga bata bago dumating ang internet. Noon, kapag sinabi mong games, nasa tabi mo ang mga kalaro mo. At pag sinabing chat, kaharap mo ang kausap mo. Yung ang mga panahon kung saan naglalaro kayo na walang hawak na mobile phone o gadgets. At kadalasan sa labas ng bahay kayo naglalaro, hindi sa harap ng isang monitor. Sa hapong ito, makakasama natin ang kinatawan ng isang grupo na may layuning ibalik ang mga tradisyonal na awit at larong pambata. Not just for sentimental reasons, but in order to revive the values, the joy, and the creativity that comes with the games of our youth. Kaya't, huwag kayong aalis. Kalahating oras ng masayang usapan ang naghihintay sa atin kasama si Bambi Manyosa, ang founder ng Awit at Laro.
Anak ng pambansang alagad ng sining na si Architect Francisco Manyosa, si Bambi Manyosa Tanhutco ay kasalukuyang Chief Creative Officer para sa Interior Design Department at pinuno ng Design Board ng Manyosa & Company. Siya rin ang founder ng Creative Kids Studio at naging directress nito mula 2003 hanggang 2016. Nagtapos siya ng AB Interior Design mula sa Assumption College kung saan tinanggap niya ang award para sa Best Thesis noong 1990. Noong taon ding yon, tinapos din niya ang History of Art Certificate Program mula sa Paris American Academy sa Paris, France. Kinuha niya ang kanyang Masters in Art Education mula sa UP Diliman kung saan nagtapos siya ng may pinakamataas na karangalan noong 1998 at kinumpleto din ang Managing the Arts Program mula sa Asian Institute of Management noong 2004. Bukod sa pagiging interior designer, arts educator at events organizer, aktibo rin si Bambi sa iba't ibang non-profit organizations, kabilang na ang Tukod Foundation at Museo Pambata. Kasama ang premyadong mga awit na si Gary Valenciano, itinatag din ni Bambi ang proyektong Awit at Laro na may layuning ipanumbalik ang mga tradisyonal na laro, awit at kwento para sa mga kabataang Pilipino. Isang mainit na pagbati ang hatid ng Art2art sa co-founder ng Awit at Laro na si Miss Bambi Manyosa Tanhutco.
Magandang hapon, Bambi, and welcome to Art2art.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me over.
Una sa lahat, of course, congratulations. You had a wonderful launch of Awit at Laro last October 24.
Yes.
And actually, you've had a series of events after October 24 that's been ongoing. You've had a press launch, exhibits, art sales, mini concerts. So how has it been so far?
Yeah, so far it's been very good. We've been very excited and happy that it's turning out the way we envisioned it to be. So we had on October 24 was the launch of Awit at Laro, and at the same time, without our knowing, my father was conferred the National Artist Award for
congratulations.
architecture.
Yeah,
so it was a little
congratulations.
frazzling that day because we were only told 2 days before.
Wow!
Yeah,
Hindi
just-
nyo alam?
Hindi namin alam.
Oh, wow.
Just 2 days before,
Okay.
we were told. I was called by CCP.
And you weren't expecting it? No.
We were not expecting it because
Really?
he's been nominated in the past.
Yes.
But
Pero
he never makes it. Yeah,
hindi,
somehow.
hindi sinabi sa inyo na he's in the short list?
No, they did. They told
they
us,
did.
but then we never knew when when they would announce who made it. So when we were told, so the past couple of months, I've been telling my dad, Dad, Awit at Laro, our launch is on October 24, you know, because my dad is a very big Gary V fan. And when you tell him Gary will be there and he's going to sing and he's going to, you know, this is our tribute to you. And he was very excited. So parang may countdown kami nun.
Yeah.
October 24. And I'd always say, Dad, October 24 is a big day. When is our big day? October 24, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
So when we were called that evening, I went to him and I said, it's an even bigger day. It's an even bigger day. So we had to parang
ganda ng
divide.
timing,
Yeah,
ano?
yung timing was a
Grabe,
little...
perfect yung timing.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing, but trying to be in two places at the same time was
that's
a little difficult. Yes. So luckily, I have a partner with me in this project, and that's Gary Valenciano, and he totally carried the launch
And what a
that
partner.
day. I know,
Wow, si
right?
Gary
so lucky.
V.
Yeah. So lucky. So that went well, and then the next day we had also our press launch with Ayala Malls because Awit at Laro is being launched at the Ayala Malls. Then after that, we also had an art sale, and our art sale was all about giving artists a different, actually their own rendition of their favorite Filipino game or whatever game it is that they wanted to do on a door. So when people were asking me why a door, and I said, well, because we want kids to go outdoors and play, you know. So that just sort of like clicked in my head. So sabi ko, baka that might be an interesting canvas, and it was, because a lot of the artists were very excited that they had to do something on a door. So that's how it was.
Paint on a door.
They had to paint,
I see your
sculpt.
list here. It's like 43
Yes,
artists.
we had 43 artists involved because once you start asking one and the other, and then the others hear about it, and then everybody wants to be a part of it, which is wonderful, you know, which is really wonderful. So everything just happened naturally, I guess. So that was nice. That was a very good one.
So wait, before we further talk about Awit at Laro, magbalik tanaw muna tayo.
Okay.
Let's go back to when you first began your creative journey as an artist and as an arts educator. So paano ka nag-umpisa na maging interesado sa mundo ng sining?
Okay, I think all my life growing up with a father who was an architect.
Yes, of course.
He wasn't just an architect, he was also a musician, he was also a painter, his medium was watercolor, and he always had this love for children. We had a toy store when we were kids. My father used to also design furniture and toys for children, wooden and furniture, wooden toys and furniture. And so growing up around this environment, I guess that was my big influence, right? It was a big influence. And getting into interior design for college was just something that I guess was natural. I wasn't forced to take it. Neither was my brother forced to take up architecture. It was just something we enjoyed. I guess my dad didn't make it seem like a job, but more like a way of life and something interesting to do. And so after I took my college, I went on to take my master's degree after a while. we were all asked in the office to either give back somehow, to lecture, to teach. And when I was going to go and go back to my school and teach, I told my dad, oh, they need a master's degree from me to teach college. So he says, oh, sige, get na lang muna your master's. So when I did, he advised me, but don't do interior design. You do art education. He said, because this thing that you like doing during the summer, teaching kids, there has to be more than just getting a book and getting an activity and applying it. So you have to develop your own philosophy.
Yeah.
And understand how kids learn, understand how they react to certain things, and what is the level of understanding that kids have when it comes to art and creative activities. So that's what I did. I took my master's in art ed at UP Diliman, and I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it, and decided to pursue that as my passion. So for 20 years, I had my creative kids studio, and growing up with my children was really exciting and fun because they were actually my consultants. I enjoyed being around children, and I think that was something that my dad also liked to do. So he loved to give me mga tips because my classes would be in his garden. So he would tell me, you know what, let's put this music together with this art you're doing, and let's try to see how the kids react to it. You know, so he enjoyed that as well. So that was my whole creative life with my creative kids studio, and I would do a lot of outreaches also. And then towards the end, I was focused more on doing art for outreach because I saw that they needed it more. You know, they needed it more, and it was a different, iba yung fulfillment, you know, when you do art for outreach. And that's where I got into that avenue. And when that sort of started to, when my father started to fall ill, I had to come back to the office and be the interior designer again. And when I did that, I closed my art studio, but we closed it with a nice celebratory exhibit. So I called back my former students. So some of them were already like 27 years old. You know, some of them were teenagers. The others were still 10 years old. So we had a whole different age groups coming together. And yung exhibit namin was going to be a celebration of Filipino games and play. So it was like a tribute to my dad.
I see.
And so the funny part was that when we started to talk to them about these games, and we said the artworks will be all about patintero, luksong tinik, and pico, and all that.
Sabi nila, ano yun?
Ano yun? Exactly. What's that? Ano yun? So we decided, okay, I think how can they even express? You know, you can't explain it. And, you know, some of them were like, I know that. You know, my teacher taught me that in a textbook. We had a test. So it was all about textbook and test. But for us, it was very natural just to go out into the streets and play it with our cousins. And so I said, okay, we have to teach them how to do this. So we had a day of play. Taught
That
them
must
how
have
to
been
do
a fun
it.
day
Was
to
super
work.
fun. It was super fun. So we had a day of play. And funny thing is, at the end of the day, these parents were texting me and asking me, Bambi, when is the next game? So I said, actually, this is an art exhibit, you know, and they said, oh, the kids had so much fun. They want to know when's the next patintero game, when is the next, you know, pico game. And so that's when we realized, wow, there's really a need, I guess, to go back to these traditional games. And when we had the exhibit in Alabang Town Center 3 years ago, we had very simple pico lines on the floor, you know, around the exhibit. And I thought it was very cute the way grandparents would come and pull their grandkids and tell them and show them, this is how I used to do this, diba? Oh, kaya mo to, kaya mo to. And so I saw that there was that bridging of that gap between the older generation, the Gen X like me, and then the younger ones, the millennials, the Gen Zs, you know. So I said, this is something that I can really stretch and take on as a movement or as a campaign. And I'm sure there are a lot out there that that will come and join.
Yes,
with this
I'm
whole
sure
thing.
you have all the parents on your side.
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, I tried to teach my kids jackstone
Yes.
and Chinese jackstone.
Yeah, it's a
and,
game of skill,
yeah,
huh? I tried it recently. Mahirap.
Mahirap. It takes
yeah.
a lot of practice.
Yes, it
Oo,
does.
oo.
And speed.
Yes.
Yeah,
oo.
I was
And
surprised.
I motor skills.
Yes.
I
Hand coordination, exactly.
Mahirap, ah.
Mahirap. We were trying it kasi again recently, and we said, "Wow, this is hard. How did I do this as a child when it was so simple as a kid, no?" But now you realize that I said there's a lot of dexterity needed in doing Chinese jackstones or regular jackstones, right? Or skill in jumping over that garter, which Gary and I, when we were talking about this, he says, now they're limited already to their thumbs, just their thumbs. So,
That's true.
so we're basically not saying stop doing that. I mean, because that's really part of life already. This is where we are. This is the age, right? But what we're saying is maybe you can take a break. Maybe an hour. Just pull your kids outdoors and play and show them how it was during those days, right?
Yes, those were the days. Actually, I think I had the records at Chinese garter.
I can imagine being a ballerina for sure. Yeah.
Tapos nung nagde-jackstone ako, naka-side split pa. Pero yung reach ko, malaki yung reach ko. Okay, anyway, so let's go back to the, so what did you, experiencing teaching art to kids, no?
Okay.
What did you learn from that? And what is the take home also of the kids when you're doing art?
What I'm doing just regularly with any
Yeah.
of these
Yeah.
kids. One of the things I enjoy doing with them is really sitting down beside them and going through the process. Because I love how art just relaxes the child, and then before you know it, they're making you kwentong buhay. Sometimes even my mommy like this and my daddy like this, and then when you're in a different grouping, say with kids, with other kids instead of one-on-one, then everybody starts telling their own stories. And it's nothing that is fixed maybe or nothing that is staged, but it's just very natural for them to. So they're busy, their hands are busy, they're cutting, but everybody is chatting. They're all talking, and the creative process starts coming out there. And then, you know what I did, and how did I do that, and they start teaching each other. So I enjoyed that, and I saw the way kids, they're very candid. They're truth tellers. They just say what it is out there, and they have very, very creative minds. Very creative minds. So, in fact, it was always different teaching adults. Say like when we would do workshops with teachers. So different. Their minds are so limited already, and maybe there's a sense of fear a little bit na it's always negative. Yung comments nila is, hindi ko kaya to. Ang hirap nito. Hindi maganda. Hindi ako marunong. Yeah, di ba? Hindi ako magaling. Well, with the kids, it's all, I know how to do that. I can do that. Teach me how. I can. It's all I can. Pero dun sa mga matatanda, it's more like, hindi ko kaya. So, I guess something happens along the line. While when they come and when you ask them questions, they're all excited. And then as they get older, it just gets less and less already. So those were one of my experiences. And
Okay. Well, I'm often asked kasi why would a child benefit from, say, ballet lessons? So why would a child benefit from art lessons?
I think one of the things, aside from creativity, where they explore their own creativity, I think kids get to learn problem-solving skills in doing art. And it can be, it's arts and crafts. It doesn't have to be anything very, very skilled. It could be as simple as cutting something and putting an artwork together. If it doesn't work this way, they're going to have to think of a different way to do it. So there's always take one, take two, take three, without anybody judging what they are doing.
Well, marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang founder ng Awit at Laro na si Miss Bambi Manyosa. Dito pa rin sa Art2art, magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto, update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art2art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa teatro, inihahandog ng Dulaang Universidad ng Pilipinas ang critically acclaimed production ng The Dressing Room. That which flows away ultimately becomes nostalgia, at ang Filipino translation nito na Ang Dressing Room, kung saan lubusang pangungulila ang dulot ng agos ng panahon. Kwento ito ng 4 na aktres matapos ang World War II. Habang nasa backstage at naghihintay na pumasok sa entablado, magbabahagi sila ng mga karanasan na magpapahiwatig ng kanilang mga ninanais sa buhay. Nagbukas November 7, patuloy na magkakaroon ng palabas hanggang November 25 sa Wilfrido Maria Guerrero Theater, 2nd floor, Palma Hall, UP Diliman, Quezon City. Para sa karagdagang detalye, tumawag 926-1349 o mag-email dulaangupmarketing@gmail.com. Patuloy namang inihahandog ng Rep Theater for Young Audiences ang Rapunzel, ang musical na batay sa classic fairy tale na may pareho ring pamagat. Magkakaroon ito ng palabas November 25, alas 3:30 ng hapon, on Stage Theater, Greenbelt 1, Paseo de Rojas Corner, Legazpi Street, Makati City. Ang Rodgers and Hammerstein na musical ay may book, lyrics at music nina Janet Yates Vogt at Mark Friedman, at nasa direksyon ni Joy Virata. Sa makabagong musical na ito, ikinulong ng kontrabidang si Lady Zaza, si Rapunzel sa tore, at kailangang sagapin siya ni Sir Roderick at ng kaibigan nitong hairstylist na si Edgar. Para sa ticket, tumawag sa Ticket World 891-9999. Sa sining biswal, inihahandog ng Altromondo Arte Contemporanea ang Heaven is Now, ang 2-man exhibition nina Lala Gallardo at Jack Mernin. Sa kanilang mga obra, tinatalakay nila ang konsepto ng langit bilang estado ng sobrang kasiyahan o kaya ang pakiramdam ng kapayapaan. Makikita ang exhibit hanggang December 9 sa Altromondo na matatagpuan sa The Picasso Boutique Serviced Residences, 119 LP Levista Street, Salcedo Village, Makati City. Para sa karagdagang detalye, tumawag 501-3270 hanggang 71 o mag-email sa info@altromondo.ph o bumisita sa website altromondo.ph.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Kasama ang balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja. Art2art.
Kasama pa rin natin ang interior designer, arts educator at founder ng Awit at Laro na si Miss Bambi Manyosa. Okay, Bambi, let's go back to Awit at Laro.
Okay.
The objective was to teach kids again how to play.
Actually, the objective, yes, we wanted to bring that back.
You wanted
no?
a
That we
renaissance
wanted, a
of,
renaissance of playing outdoors,
no?
because every time you talk to adults, you know, when you make kwentuhan about how you used to play before, kasi nowadays a lot of parents complain about how their kids are always online. You know? And when conversations come up like that, it's always about remember before. So it's very nostalgic for the older generation. And so I thought there has to be a new way to introduce it to the young ones. And that's where Gary Valenciano comes in. You know, being UNICEF's national ambassador, as well as one of our country's top performers, really. Artists, you know, he's an artist and very, very creative. So my dad asked me, get in touch with Gary and ask him how he can help you put music in this whole campaign or in this whole movement. And so that's where his expertise came in together with Angeli on how to get different artists involved. And bring back the spirit of Filipino games and play through music also. Kasi that's how I can appeal to the younger ones. No? It's not to make it sound like something that they do only pag Linggo ng Wika, 'di ba? It has to be something that that they can listen to maybe on the radio. It could be music on their gadgets, you know, not necessarily something that they just listen to once a year. Pag may Linggo ng Wika, Buwan ng Wika in school. So that's how our music sounds like it's today. We just brought it to today. Yeah.
Okay. And how does the project work? Who are the beneficiaries?
Okay, so the beneficiaries, well, it's UNICEF's 70th anniversary this year. And with the Valenciano family, you have the Shining Light Foundation. And with our Manyosa family is the Tukod Foundation. Our Tukod Foundation will be helping out with Museo Pambata. So the beneficiaries are both kid groups, children's groups, which is UNICEF, and a little bit of all the other projects that we do for culture also with the Tukod Foundation. So the album is something that is, I should have actually brought a copy, you know, of it, but maybe we can just flash it on the screen. The album is actually like a book. Okay, it's a book because we asked 20 different artists from the Kids for Kids group and Usuron ng Kabataan to render the artworks for the different songs. So we have 10 songs made to sound new, like Bahay Kubo, Leron Leron Sinta, Sarubangi. That all has a new sound with different artists. And then we have 10 brand new songs about Filipino games. So we have Patintero, Pico, Luksong Tinik, you know, Tumbang Preso. And those songs are all, the lyrics are all in the book, and at the end of the book is a downloadable code. So you download all that on your gadgets. So that's how the music comes.
Okay, okay, and it's right now touring Ayala malls?
Yes, it's there's a concert. Gary and the other artists will be are going around the Ayala malls. He'll be performing in 17 of the 21 malls, I believe. So this is just something he really wanted to do, like his give back, you know, for his 35th year. And he just wanted to be there with, you know, with everybody for Christmas. And he says it's a very timely season, you know, to give back also. So they'll be going around Ayala malls, and I think our last show is in Bacolod on December 22.
in Bacolod.
Yes.
So this is nationwide?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
And we heard actually that you're taking over as president of Museo Pambata?
Yes, that's still in January.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, in January. Nina Yuson will be chairman of the board this time, and we'll be working together to give it to breathe new life into Museo. We're getting ready for its 25th anniversary in 2020.
Okay. Yes. Wow. So how this fall into your personal advocacy and personal plans?
Oh, well, you know, kids, art, culture has always been my passion, really. And so we don't just apply it in our designs for interior design or architecture, but it's always been something that I would do with children. So when I come into Museo in January, we have a couple of plans. Maybe I can come back another time to explain what it is we have, because right now it's still all in the it's all in the works and in meetings and all that. But we have a lot of exciting new things happening for Museo.
Okay, but you're not going to be giving up all your other advocacies and positions, like in Tukod Foundation?
No,
Are you?
no. I'll still be there, but
yeah.
in Tukod Foundation, I do more of the creative work.
Okay.
So it's not a day-to-day job for me. My interior design is pretty much a full-time. It is full-time work. So right now I am heading the design board in the company. So that is once a week, every Tuesday. So my Tuesdays are always like sacred for me, because that's where we go through all the projects.
Yeah.
And then I will be in Museo in January, maybe like I'll be dividing my time somehow.
Okay.
But it's all set up.
Okay, fantastic. So what other activities have you lined up for Awit at Laro in the next few months? how can our viewers and listeners be part of this project? Do you have a Facebook page? Do you have
Yes.
Instagram that they can follow?
Yes, we have an
Yeah.
Instagram, Awit at Laro on Instagram. We have a website also where they put all the information there of how you can get the book, because we know we have a lot of kababayans also outside who are looking for how to get this book. So our website is www.awitatlaro.com, and also on Facebook.
Okay.
Same.
And so you did say that there's going to be concerts ongoing until December.
Yes.
And what else?
And we have our art sale is still ongoing, the doors.
Yeah.
So they could visit our website, and it's all there. So it's all for a good cause. So all these artists also gave their time and talent for this cause, for Awit at Laro. And if you look at it, it's actually very nice. You know, all the doors that they came up with are very exciting. So the doors are not really to use as, you can use it as a
real
door, as a
door.
pintuan, yeah. But you can also, it's meant to be used as an artwork. You can get creative, use it as a tabletop, a coffee table. You know, you'll see many interesting renditions in the website.
Okay. And what do you want to see coming out of Awit at Laro project in the next, say, 5 years?
Oh, in the next 5 years, well, I'm hoping that we can bring this back again, you know, maybe to schools. We can bring it outdoors, you know, to our parks. I think we need a lot of outdoor space for kids to really, you know, go out and get the sun, you know, a little bit more, to be able to play, and then to bridge the gap between the generations, because this is one way that the new ones can learn from the older ones. The older ones can teach.
Yes.
The younger ones can teach them a new skill or a new trick, you know. But it's nice to bring families together, you know, also somehow. And maybe the big audacious goal in the end would be, hopefully, what our foundation would like to do is to design playgrounds and play spaces in different communities and barangays. Yes.
Okay. What kind of assistance do you get from the government or from the private sector?
So far, government, we don't have any yet. From the private sector, well, we were just very lucky that Ayala loved our advocacy, and they brought us in the malls now. So it'll be easier for us to start spreading all the awareness of the songs, because the songs are really, really very fun. I mean, I can imagine this being used in programs in schools, you know, and kids listening to them. Hopefully, we get more assistance from the private sector. It's funding basically that we need to get everything going, because we have a whole.
I understand that there's already dance choreography to the songs.
Yes,
no?
so Sophia
Okay,
Sophia Sobel of Steps Dance
yeah.
Studio, this is the Steps Dance Project, and she got excited with the whole thing with James La Fortesa, and they're doing choreography already for some of the dances, which are coming out in the shows at Ayala Malls.
Okay,
So dance will be
fantastic.
the next
Yeah.
after, hopefully beginning of the year. Somehow.
Well, Bambi, we hope to have you again
Okay,
in the
thank
show,
you.
because
Thank you for
30
having me.
minutes is just not enough time to talk about everything that you do for the arts. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Maraming
Lisa.
salamat. And of
salamat.
course, more power to Awit at Laro. And we will try to catch you in the Ayala Malls really soon.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art2art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja, nagpupugay sa Artistang Pilipino.